Okay. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Please, if you can see me and you can hear me, can I hear you say something? Just say, yes, I can see you and I can hear you in the comments for today.
Yes, I can see you, I can hear you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, we can see and hear.
Okay. Welcome. Fantastic. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you. Welcome. All right, sorry about that. We're back now. Okay. So I was saying a very good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from wherever you are connecting from. We are really so excited to have you join us again, today on day of the Nigeria Innovation Summit. Okay. Sorry, I'm hearing myself. I just want to use the headphones. Okay, good. So we are excited to have you. Today promises to be yet another impacting time as we have lineup of, wonderful activities, events for us today. But before we go right ahead into it, I want to first of all introduce myself. My name is Uche Imafidon. I'll be your moderator for today. I was yesterday actually. So like I said, we're excited to have you, and I want to welcome you specially and quickly ask that if you were here with us yesterday, the last event we had, which was yesterday, I'd like for you to raise your hand in the comments section below. I'd like to see your hands up, just so I know that you participated yesterday. Of course, I know you definitely can agree with me that we had an impacting time yesterday. And today is even going to be much more impacting. Okay, all right, thank you. Echo, even I am having echo here. Please, can you help me? Thank you for that. Good. Is it still echoing there? Please let me know. If the sound, if the audio is fine now, I'd like for you to let me know the sound. There's an echo with the sound. There's an echo with the sound. That's what okay, thank you. Yes, it is still echoing. Okay, our technical people are trying to resolve that quickly. So while they're at it, I'll just want to quickly say that it is still right. Okay, that is going to be resolved very shortly. So while my people are at it, I'll just want to quickly do an overview of all. It's fine now. Fantastic. Yeah, it's fine now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you so much. Good. So like I was saying, that we had an impacting time yesterday, and I know that it is going to be even much more impacting today. I'm telling you that because of what I see that we have lined up in our program for today. Yeah, talking about program, I want to believe that you all have copies of your program in your emails. Okay, so if you registered for this, you should have the brochure for this program in your email. So you might want to go check it right now and fetch it so that you can, good. Okay, so the overview, I just want to quickly do a very brief overview of some of the activities that took place yesterday. We had our key address taken from a representative from NITSDR. I don't have the brochure, please. Can you check your email, Dr. Ayo Godwin? Okay, please check your email. You should have it. So I just want to do a quick rundown of all that transpired yesterday. We had taken from a representative from NITSDR, in the person of Dr. Amina Sambo. She talked on information technology and entrepreneurship development in Nigeria and the role of NITSDR. NITSDR is National Information Technology Development Agency. Okay, so afterwards we had a presentation from Mr. Larry Ogungbe, which was the bomb. He did exceptionally well. And then we also proceeded to have an interactive session that was headed by Professor Tony Balaiti of Carleton University, Canada, where we had distinguished panelists do justice on all their topics. And afterwards, we had another interactive session, which was headed by our own very great Akinoshun. And we had Professor Isaac Abere Ijo from OAU, Dr. Stephen Oluwatobi from Covenant University, and Dr. Mrs. Eribe Patience, Mountaintop University. And I thank you to all our sponsors, partners, and all the speakers. Yesterday was hugely successful thanks to you, and I'm sure that our speakers are ready for today and are so pumped. I don't want to at this point say that if you have questions, of which I know you will have, please forward all your questions to the Q&A section. The Q&A, don't send your questions to the comments so that our panelists can attend to them. Is that okay? Now, the hashtag for this event is hashtag NIS 2021. I said that again, hashtag NIS 2021. And all the handles of all our social media platforms will be uploaded in the comment section so that you can connect with us on our different social media platforms through. Let's just go straight ahead to today, because we have, like I said, lots of things to talk about, a lot to learn from today. Today, which is the second day of the Innovation Summit, the virtual edition 2021, our focus will be focusing on building a vibrant startup ecosystem in Nigeria and Africa for economic development. I'm sure you have that on your brochure. And to take the keynote address, we'll be having the representative from NCC, the Nigerian Communications Commission, in person of Engineer Edoyemi Ogo or Ogo. Okay, please, sir, you have to correct me on that. I don't know if I'm very correct with the pronunciation of that name. Yes, Ogo is correct. Engineer Edoyemi is the Deputy Director. Is Ogo right?
Correct, right,
okay.
Correct.
Thank you, sir. So Engineer Edoyemi is the Deputy Director, Technical Standards and Network Integrity. He is speaking on behalf of Professor Umar Garber Dambata, and we're going to be having him come up right now. Please, everyone, welcome with me. Put your hands together as we welcome Engineer Edoyemi to take the keynote address for this summit, day 2. Thank you, Engineer Edoyemi. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Like the moderator introduced, my name is Engineer Edoyemi Ogo. I'm representing the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission, who had another engagement, but he was meant to be present personally at this event, but something came up and he asked me to represent him at this event. So I'll be delivering his keynote speech his keynote address as had been written by him. So I'll start right now. The keynote speech is on the role of NCC in transforming Nigeria's economy through technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And it's based on the theme, charting a new economic path through technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship on the Innovation Summit 2021, as hosted by Innovation Hub Africa. I'd like to acknowledge the Director General of and CEO of National Information Technology Development Agency, NIDA, Malam Kachifu Inuwa Abdullahi, other distinguished speakers, the panelists, the media, and all other participants joining this event via different platforms. It is a great honor to have been asked to make a keynote address at this special event on the theme, the role of NCC in transforming Nigeria's economy through technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. The Nigerian Communications Commission is empowered by the Nigerian Communications Act 2003 and is responsible for, amongst an environment for competition among operators in the communications industry and ensure the provision of qualitative and efficient telecommunication services throughout the country. As services providers opt for new business models, regulatory and tax authorities need to be mindful of these changes, as it is their responsibility to monitor and track them for further benefits. Growth in communication markets is driven by demand, and in many jurisdictions, adaptive regulatory frameworks spur competition, innovation, and investment. The NCC, as a regulator of a very dynamic industry, is aware of the ever-changing trends in technology, and by the virtue of Section 70 of the Nigerian Communications Act 2003, has developed various regulations, guidelines, and licensing regimes to spur innovation in the market. The dynamic innovative growth experienced in the Nigerian mobile telecommunications technology ecosystem, which can be linked to the availability of infrastructures and enabling technologies, has informed various entities within this ecosystem to conceptualize ideas or high-level abstractions, develop products and services and capabilities that is transforming the Nigerian economy. In other words, the insistence of the NCC to ensure that the telecommunications infrastructure is continually upgraded, expanded, and made robust to enhance, amongst other things, the delivery of non-telecom services has translated into transforming Nigeria's economy. Without doubt, the telecommunications sector has grown since 2001 and has witnessed an unprecedented positive impact on other socio-economic sectors of the country. The entry of mobile telecommunication technology has bettered transformation to sectors such as banking, insurance, commerce, trading, aviation, pension, entertainment, education, health, agriculture, etc. In addition to various other services riding on the mobile television infrastructure in Nigeria. The Nigerian Communications Commission, as empowered by the NCA Act 2003, is responsible for, amongst others, 1, ensuring the provision of telecom infrastructure and services in Nigeria, promoting investment in digital infrastructures and competition in provision of high-speed networks and services, and ensuring that key complementary enablers are in place, e.g., fiber optic cable, and of course, sufficient frequency spectrum. Therefore, NCC has ensured that resident telecoms infrastructure is built through enabling broadband deployment and proliferation, bridging access gaps across the country, and spectrum availability and utilization. Though progress has been made in enhancing telecoms infrastructure, there is need to do more. These include in areas like implementation of the harmonized right-of-way charges on state and local governments with the federal at a cost of 145 naira per litre. Striving to eliminate the multiple taxation and regulations, as well as delays in site acquisition permits for the deployment of telecommunication infrastructure across the country. Also, the increase in broadband penetration to at least 80% of the Nigerian population from the current 41% penetration in the country. And also striving to make sure that we deploy at least one access point of fiber with the 10 gigabit per second capacity in all 774 local governments of the Federation through the InfraCo project. To ensure the communications industry continues to develop, the Commission has developed different regulatory frameworks to address some of the operational realities in the industry. Some of these are, one, the institution of the National Roaming Guideline, aimed at deepening competition based on quality of service delivery, whilst enhancing the quality of service experienced by subscribers of different mobile operators. We've also amendments of the co-location and infrastructure sharing guidelines to enable the sharing of active infrastructures. This is aimed at optimizing capital expenditure and increasing operational efficiencies, and to ensure that the penetration of telecommunication services across the country with the attendant catalytic effect it has on the socio-economic lives of Nigerians is attained. Thirdly, we have also instituted the aggregator framework to streamline the value-added segment, ease entry for innovative players, and encourage more innovative startups in the value-added segment of the industry. In addition, the Commission continues to encourage the deployment of new technologies aimed at both improving service delivery to subscribers, as well as effectively and efficiently supporting new services. In conclusion, I'm quite optimistic that this summit will look at, amongst others, converging trends, policy development as it relates to service delivery, especially in Nigeria, and come up with action suggestions and recommendations to drive positive change for the whole technology ecosystem in the country. Thank you. That's a speech as presented on behalf of Professor Umar Garba Dambata, the Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Communications Commission. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me? Thank you so much, Engineer Adoyemi. Thank you. That was really good. I mean, I'm really so excited to hear in some of the ways that the NCC. Can you hear me, please? Okay, yeah. All right. I think you can, right? Good. So we're really so excited to hear some of the ways that NCC, are devising to support innovation in Nigeria. It is really exciting. Thank you so much. Okay, so we do not want to take too much of your time. We're going to go right into the next activity that we have on our program, and that is to have a panel/interview session. And we will be dwelling, very largely on talking about shaping Nigeria's tech and innovation ecosystem through fundraising. We have our panelists, Lanre Ogungbe. Yeah, Lanre Ogungbe was from the CEO of Identity Pass, was in the house yesterday, and he did justice to his presentation. Okay, and we also have Johnny Enagwolo, the co-founder of Tribes, and Bola Lawal, co-founder and CEO of Scholar X. And to moderate this section right now, to moderate this session is Mr. Peter Oluka. Okay, Oluka is the editor-in-chief, techeconomy.ng. Right now, we will be having Mr. Peter come up to take this session, and I'll have you put your hands together and welcome with me, Mr. Peter. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Peter.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this great opportunity to moderate this session. Nigeria Innovation Summit has given us this great opportunity to talk about fundraising in the ecosystem. We know that through funding, startups get to have life. Is the kind of air they breathe in that helps them to move on. So on this great panel, like the moderator has introduced, we are going to look at funding of startups. So without wasting much of our time, I just want to go ahead to introduce the panelists once again by way of Lanre Ogunwe and Johnny, who is from Lanre is from Identity Pass, and Johnny is from TRIPS, Scholar X. So my name is Peter Oloka from techeconomy.ng. So without wasting much of our time, I want to start with Lanre. Please, can you just give us a brief of your background of yourself? So for the benefit of those who may not know whom you are, just briefly.
Okay, thank you very much. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. My name is Lanre, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Identity Pass. I'm also an MBA candidate at Johns Hopkins University, Baltimore, US. And Identity Pass, basically, we're building a compliance and security infrastructure for Africa, where we help other businesses to verify their customers or verify businesses. And we do this every single day for multiple sectors, from the banking to the finance to fintechs to data services, insurance, crypto, and many more. And it's really nice to be here. I hope to share my thoughts around this topic, at least to the best of my abilities. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Larry. Thank you. Let me come to Johnny. Are you there? Hello. Hello, Johnny. Are you there? Can you just briefly introduce yourself and your platform? Okay, while we are waiting for Johnny to come up, can I go to Bola? Hello, Bola, are you there? To connect fully. Okay, Bola, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Okay, Johnny, please can you speak to us? Just briefly introduce yourself and Chiefs. We know that Chiefs just.
Yeah, hi guys.
You kind of tell us what's happening over there.
Yeah, good morning. So I had a bit of glitch with my network. I just couldn't launch into the whole stuff, but I have to use my phone right now. I hope it's clear to everybody. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Oh yes, Johnny, we can. I can.
Okay, great. Yeah. So please, can you just? I couldn't hear you clearly what you actually said before now.
So I think he asked you to introduce yourself, just briefly.
Oh, okay. Okay. So my name is Johnny. Johnny Enagwalo. My background is actually accounting.
It's fine. It's fine. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So my background is accounting. I have 9 years experience in banking. While in banking, I actually had
yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, thanks. I championed the e-business while in Oshodi
platform for the brief who are just.
Yes, it's breaking. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Johnny.
All right. So, like I was saying before, now I have my experience mostly in banking. Did about 9 years in banking. While in banking, I was actually more focused in e-business, where I led the e-business team to conceptualize products for various corporates and B2G sectors. Worked in Oceanic Bank and also worked with Stanbic IBTC. Thereafter, I left banking and moved over to my first startups, which was pisciculture. That was into we were actually into agriculture then. And while in agriculture, we started the first milling company that was actually into the production of floating fish feeds in Niger Delta. I ran that for a couple of years, about 4 years, where I now moved to start up another company. Yeah, you guys lost me at some point. So we empowered over 300 youths that owned their keke and served over 300 families that were actually making money from return on their as return from their investment with us. Then it was at the point where I was running the rickshaw business, where we have to create a platform where we allow families now monitor and track their revenues and what's it called? Their revenues and the number of passengers that we're actually moving at then. It got to a point where we now said, okay, we need to move this just beyond the tricycle, which is a rickshaw business. How do we now try to look at other variants of vehicles like the buses and all of that? So that was where the trips concept came in, and I looked, okay, who is the best person to actually partner as regards the trips mobility space? So I met Onyeka, which I've known for many years, and spoke to him about it. Yeah, we started Trips, which has now become the largest shared mobility platform in West Africa. What we focus mainly on is 3 services right now. We have the daily trips, and daily trips actually the objective is actually to change the focus and of how people actually we use shared mobility to actually drive that bit. We also have the travel trips, which makes us to become creating a platform to aggregate major bus partners on our platform that allows people to have access to cheaper tickets to book their interstate travels. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, let me just stop you there. I know you have a lot to tell us. You have a lot to tell us. But because of our time, we have to move on. Let me go to Bola, please. Bola, please, are you there? Just please go ahead to talk to us, please. Hi, Bola.
Hello, hi.
Yes.
Sorry, I had a glitch earlier.
Yeah. Sorry for keeping you waiting. I know because of network connectivity. You have the floor now.
All right. Thank you very much. My name is Bola Lawal. I'm the co-founder and CEO of ScholarX, and we've been in operation since 2016. And our thesis has been access to quality education and skills training for Africans anywhere in the world to be able to get access to get a good job or to become an entrepreneur. And we've been at this since 2016, like I mentioned, and it's been good. And we've helped over 100,000 people get access to funding to get an education. We recently launched LearnAm, which is a platform where a localized content platform where people can access skills from the comfort of their mobile phones. And it's all translated into local language, from the content to the instructions on the app to even, waiting you want to learn. Tunde, welcome. All of it is all localized. And we also gamified it to make sure that people earn while they learn. It's an amazing journey going through the ecosystem in Nigeria, helping different, being a mentor, investing in some startups and things like that. Prior to ScholarX, I actually have an accounting background as well, working in corporate America, and then transitioning into software implementation with consulting firms like Accenture. So over the years, I've had experience with implementing solutions to help solve different types of problems. And so with ScholarX, we're just excited to be able to push the educational skills agenda forward, particularly in the digital economy that we're all witnessing. If you look at what's happening in India, I like to say Nigeria is a baby India. And we need to meet up to that standard as quick as we can. Yes, we have infrastructural challenges. We're a poor country, or poor. We have high levels of poverty in the country. But how do we move people out of poverty? So really excited with the work we're doing at ScholarX, and excited to move things forward. And I'm excited to engage with this panel today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Bola. I want to appreciate you all for this housekeeping as we go deep into this topic. And let me start again with you, Henry. Of all the participants on this, the panel, your startup has just as a matter of telling us your experience. Can we for you? Let me start with Henry.
So it's a bit difficult to get the question.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
I can.
Okay, so the question actually is, how was the experience like for you raising funds? Because I'm talking about fundraising. So we just want to start from this platform. How was the experience like raising funds? Because almost everyone on this panel has raised funds at one point or the other.
Okay, thank you. I think I should start with that one of my investors, is Ogabola. Ogabola is one of the investors in Enterprise. I just need to also state that on this call, sorry, on this event. So to start with, for Enterprise, when we kicked off, we started with Founders Fund. Before Enterprise, I initially worked in a company called Accountia. Before Accountia, I've also worked in another startup. So myself and my other co-founders were able to come together and start a company with our funds, right? But we knew it was not scalable because we needed to move very fast. And so from there, we had to speak with those that we have some level of relationship with. And that's why we can speak with people like Ogabola, because initially my two previous startup, there's a point where we wanted to partner with his company then, and that was where we connected. And so we spoke to people like him, spoke with people that we have, some level of acquaintance. We didn't go to VCs, we didn't go to the big guys that would request for 5-year projection or request for collateral or something like that. We went straight up to meet those that really believe in what the founders and myself, or what I've done before, believe in the fact that if they put X amount in this company, the company will give them Y in the shortest number of time. And they also believe in what we're building and the fact that we are targeting a very huge market and the problem we are solving is very germane. So that was it. We've raised a couple of funds. We've not just announced it, but hopefully in a couple of weeks we would make the announcement. But we've raised we've raised some significant amount of funds for a pre-seed round. I don't know if that answers the question, but that's how we were able to approach it.
That's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Okay, let me come again to Johnny. So I know that recently there was an announcement from TRIPS. So how was the experience like raising those funds?
Yeah, so the experience was a good one. So we had the bad part of it, which wasn't really funny at all. For us, initially was a major struggle for us because the business got to a place where we now needed to actually scale the business. And a case study being that we need to get more users on the platform. We need to get more expand to other routes in the city because of the nature of our business and all of that. And yeah, so because people weren't really used to it, it was a bit difficult. I'm going to use in quote Nigeria investors. It was a bit difficult to have their buy-in to actually invest in the business. So for a business that is actually at the conceptualization stage, they are focusing on irrelevant things that weren't meant to be looked at. But the way things just went for us, we fought our way through into an accelerator program. So a journey that took us several months to even get funds from an investor took us about a month to now get all the funds in after we qualified for Techstars Toronto. So I think the spring for us was the accelerator program we actually qualified for, and immediately we got there. Everybody, we started getting the buzzes across the globes, you know, VCs and angel investors now wanting to actually just plug in. So that was actually the springboard for us. After the accelerator program, it became very, very easy for us. And we had investors that were strategic investors that were not coming in to actually also champion our exit.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Let me get to the Bola. So the question again to you, Bola, how was the experience like for you?
Fundraising sometimes feels like a never-ending journey. For the most part, you don't stop raising funds. And also, if you expand the conversation a little bit, you raise funds from multiple sources, from customers, investors, supporters, and even if you look at the kind of work we do, you look at a typical traditional funding for equity, but also non-dilutive funding, so grants. And we just got one earlier this year, so we're quite decent, about $200,000 to launch this new product that we have. And that has been a catalyst to helping us. Now we are raising a bridge round to our seed. And how do we raise that? It's through, there's this group that I created, a WhatsApp group that's turned into a community, and we raised almost $100,000 from just that group. And I'm using those examples because of our market. Like Johnny has explained, you're going to come to someone and say, I'm going to give you 0.05% of this business that is in the air that I can't see. And I value this business at $10 million. You're only going to have this small piece, but I need $20,000 or $50,000, $100,000 from you. And the person you're talking to just put money in real estate or some oil and gas contract. He knows when his money supposedly will come back, what interest, all of that. And he's looking at you like, are you okay? And typically what usually happens, at least before, a lot of us came into the game, and I would indulge me to use the word naive, because we'll go and make this real, rich guy or lady that has money, and you tell them the story, and they'll listen and like, this is very noble idea. So how much do you need? You say, oh, we're raising $500,000. So they'll now say, okay, so since you started, how much is all the money you spent? And you go, oh, it's okay, all right. So they'll calculate everything. So what you don't know they're doing, they are valuing your business in your head. The money you're looking for, they can give it to you. The only problem is they want 70% of the business. So because of that, fundraising, it's kind of been a little bit of a challenge. And that's why you see that a lot of startups are raising from outside the country. And now we're getting more local investors to catch up gradually.
Yeah.
So
I'm not coming to that.
Okay, so I'm just going to say my experience has been whirlwind. And because of what we're doing, and because the well is not that deep, especially for edtech or skills related stuff, things that need patient capital, the experience has kind of been all over the place, because we also have to find other sources to be able to keep the lights on and keep building so we can achieve our goals.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me again start from you, Bola, before I go around again. For the sake of the budding entrepreneurs who have joined this session, and they want to know the difference between pre-seed, Series A, Series B, Series C. No, hear those buzzwords in the media, and someone will be asking, what's the difference?
So now there's no template anymore, because I've seen Series J. You also hear stuff like, okay, before we never used to hear pre-seed, honestly. It used to be, okay, angel round, and then seed round, and Series A. And they look at it, typically it's from the growth phase of the company. So a lot of the seed and pre-seed is, for the most part, kind of like pre-revenue or pre-growth, right? You start with a pre-seed. Typically, everything is all skewed now. I've seen pre-seed of $2 million now. Back when we started in 2016, we used to see Series A of $2 million. Now, even if you raise maybe $500,000, some tech publications will even be reluctant to announce it. Like, you raise $500,000, only $500,000, and you're disturbing.
Hello, right there. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. So there's no template right now. Just to explain it, it's more the growth phase. So if you are in your how do you say it, ideation phase, you still testing stuff out. Maybe you have a prototype. You can be around that pre-seed type stage. Once you started getting some customers and you made some revenue, not a lot, but some, you are in your seed stage, and then you're going to be raising funds. Now, from the seed stage to the Series A, you really need to show revenue. Yeah, it's not one of those things where, oh, we have a lot of, you have to show some like good revenue. Not good, but you have to show revenue. And the way I believe they value at that Series A is 4 times your revenue. So you need to show like you started making decent money that can that people can really take note of. And then from Series A to Series B, that's when you see people raising in the realm of 20, 50, $100 million and then up. So it's all about the growth stage of the company or your idea where you are.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bola. Lanre, let me come back to you, Lanre. I want to ask if the CV of the founding team, you think it really matters? Does it make a difference when you're trying to raise the fund, the CV of the founding team members of the founding team? Does it make any difference?
Oh, yes, I think it does. I think it does. Because from the early stage, the pre-seed stage, the investors they're betting on the founders, actually, not even their idea. They are betting on the fact that these guys have what it takes, the knowledge, the skills, they have the network, or even if they don't have the network, they have what it takes to get that network, or they have the who, and that's why sometimes when we say fundraising, it's very easy for folks that have ran a company before, even if it has failed, to quickly raise when they start a new one. Than when you see someone coming from just on the blues and saying he wants to raise like millions from the scratch, because somehow as an investor, you kind of trust that this person that failed before I probably learned one or two things and they will replicate the same thing in this new company, right? Or someone that has actually succeeded in this previous company can also succeed in the other new company, right? So CV of the founder is very, very important. You can have the best ideas. We all have ideas. The most important thing is execution. How do you execute? So, and execution is based on those that are working, not how fancy the idea is. So it's really jamming. And I think for any investors, that's the first thing they look at. They look at the profile of those that want to execute.
Thank you so much. Okay, Johnny, can you speak to that topic, to that question? The CV or the funding?
Yeah, so the way I'm going to address that, so I'm just going to speak based on my own experience, all right? So when I was actually doing the rickshaw, I wasn't actually into, I was running, in fact, my previous startups actually, I was actually basically the one running everything. You know, I do the operations, just get some few, you know, few guys that just probably want to just, you can send around and just push around. But at some point when I started growing the business, I discovered that it's actually important to now get people who have defined expertise as it affects technology, as it affects even fundraising, you know, as it affects operations and all of that. You need to actually get that if you want to scale the business. All right. So at that point, when it got to that point of my business, and prior to this time, I've had all my experiences in the banking sector as head of e-business, deploying e-ticketing solution, and all of that. But I didn't have a grip of even how to even raise funds. But when we started doing our business, I have to look at who can I partner with. You know, I have to look for somebody who is good with tech, some with fundraising, somebody who is good with customer relations and all of that. And that was how we actually put up the team. So when we started the business Trips Today for us, Onyeka, my friend, who is also a partner, has been very, very good, has, you know, track records on fundraising and all that. So it was easy for us as a team, you know. So when we're engaging investors, you know, he actually now becomes a frontline that actually talks to investors, and we just listen. All right. That it was up to that point I knew that, hey, you don't just what's it called? So for you to actually form into scale a business, you need to get to a point where the CVs of the founders is actually very key. If you are talking about tech today, for instance, we have investors who are also our partners that are involved in tech. I don't go because I am the tech person. I push my tech, the guy that is actually into tech, to actually engage them. Similar thing with operations. I go and also manage that bit. So that brings me to where I'm going to end this note, that the CV of the founder is very, very important. It's not something you want to ignore at the point of actually starting any business.
Okay, thank you so much for that response. Let me come back again to Bola. As an early stage startup, you have a lot to do with capital you needed. So do you think I need to bring on board a startup expert or someone who's an expert in startup, or do I just need, that smart person can give me connections to smart money for my startup? Or do I just need someone can just give me cash injection and I just, sort myself out with my team? What do you think?
The first thing you need is education. You need to educate yourself. That's the first. Sometimes people think they need all this stuff outside, you need to go. The first thing you need first, before you go and put your hand inside fire, permit me to, I'm very descriptive. People that know me know I'm very descriptive with the way I talk. Sometimes a little bit animated, but I like to say the way it really is. A lot of times we think we need all this stuff, but what we really need is to educate ourselves on what we're trying to do. There are online resources, there are programs. It's like, for example, Y Combinator has a startup school. The barest minimum, what you owe yourself to do is enroll in that. It's free. You apply for it. I think they take in most people, and just go get all the resources on Learn. Then also you need a little bit of, if you're playing in the Nigerian market, you do also kind of maybe talk to mentors, seek people out, and just know what you're trying to do. Now, in terms of bringing in someone, so what are you trying to do as a company? What skill sets do you have yourself? Are you a tech person that you need a business person? Are you a business person that you need a tech person? So I don't really do the outside gone thing or bringing in a consultant. Someone needs to hear that. I like.
Sorry, there's an interruption somewhere. Sorry, can you mute everybody? Sorry, Bula. Go ahead, please.
So what I really feel is you know, it's a team building thing. Build the team according to what you need and have advisors. So and also depends on the idea. If you're in fintech or if you're into some like investment type product example, you need people that have financial expertise in-house. If you're in agriculture, you need some folks with domain expertise in agriculture. If you don't have it yourself, then you need someone with that kind of background with you. I don't really think that you can dabble into different types of businesses or areas without having expertise. Like we're in education, a lot of what we surround ourselves with is people with special skill sets. Like our new platform, for example, Learn. One of the things that we're looking for is advice and plug. If anybody has a connect with anyone that has experience with Coursera, Udemy, Udacity, please reach out to me. We're looking for an advisor with that, particularly in user experience research, because we're trying to really localize the platform up to the point where if you don't even know how to read any type of language, you can still use the platform and it be that intuitive. So this is why I use that example too. Sometimes you need to really narrow down exactly what you need. So that you don't have this cluster of, oh, we get all these smart people, but what exactly are they doing? Or what value are they bringing? And then sometimes people get into that trap too, where the folks they want to bring in ask for equity and they just go start dashing equity out like it's on bazaar. And then down the line, when you're trying to raise big funds and they do due diligence on you, and they ask you X, Y, Z, what did they do for you? Oh, there used to be an advisor, but they have 5% of your company. Where's this person that has 10%? Where are they? What are they impacting? And then you start to get into issues like that. So the way I explain and mentor and coach people is educate yourself. It's especially when the resources are readily available for you to access. So educate yourself first. Go out and get resources, know what you need, and then dive deep into the industry that you're working in and make sure that you are covered, whether from yourself or the partners you have around you, with the expertise needed to push the business forward.
Thank you so much, Bola. Thank you so much for that, taking your time to explain this. Let me come back to Lanre. If we exchange the role now, What are the metrics you're going to look at? The metrics, KPIs you're going to look at as an investor in a startup?
If I'm an investor,
Yes.
it's really difficult to change that role, because when you have money, when is your own money? When is your own money? What you're looking at is a bit different. But generally, I think if I have enough money to invest today, I typically look, depending on the stage, and like what Bola already explained previously, depending on the stage of the business. So if you're like in an early stage, I really want to bet on the founders and those that are coming up with the ideas and those that are implementing it. I want to be sure that they have the best guys on board. If you are going into financial services, for instance, and everybody on board, you guys have background in education, no one understands anything about banking and all that, I won't give you one penny, right? If you are going into agriculture, for instance, and all of you went to Harvard, and all of you did financial services in Harvard, top classes, but you're going to agriculture and you don't have anybody to, you're good, but I really can't bet give you any figure. So, at that stage, I'm betting on the founders and I'm betting on those I want to execute. And that's what I'm going to look at. And that is it, right? At the growth stage, as an investor, I'm looking at the potential of the markets that these guys are targeting. Am I really sure this market is big enough? How difficult is it for other people to come into the market and chase them out of it? How stable is the regulations around where they are playing on? Is it a very unstable environment where people can, one policy can just take them off market and all that, right? So probably those are the KPIs I want to look at. And I also, then lastly, the most important metric for me as an investor would be how much they've been able to raise from a customer point of view, right? Because you can keep raising funds. If you do not have customers, if you do not have sales, you run out of funds at some point. You can raise funds to probably seed level, but you want to do series. They will ask you, okay, so you've raised 1 million previously. How much have you generated in revenue, right? Well, again, this can be relative. Some investors see it differently, but if I have millions, that's how I would do it.
Okay, so sorry for that interruption. I think his network is somehow. Okay, so let me go back to Johnny. How often do you think founders should speak to their investors?
So there's an echo, so I really can't hear you very well.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
Are you in the same room with somebody that is also logged in this session? I don't know. So there's a feedback.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, my question is, how often should the founders, communicate with their investors or speak to their investors?
Yeah. So as often as possible, all right? The most important thing for us is not about, for me and for us as a business, it's not just about the funds that investors actually inject into the business, all right? It's about the relationship, okay? So relationship goes beyond just the funding. So I want a situation whereby a relationship as it affects technology, as it affects talent hunt, and as it affects business development and all of that. And what we've been able to do at TRIPS is that for every investors that we want to allow to come on board, we want to establish that beyond the money they are giving to us, there are people we can run to for advice from time to time, all right? And just to mention this here, there were investors we turned down because we felt they were manipulative kind of investors, all right? But because of the kind of investors we have brought on board also, we have had a relationship whereby we are always on WhatsApp. We have this group WhatsApp. We're always talking on WhatsApp. We're always talking, putting a call to them. These are people who have now come to a point where they are willing to be with us even till our exit. All right. So we want to make some strategic decisions. We talk to them. We want to make strategic decisions that affect expansion to other emerging markets across Africa. We talk to them because some of them have gone ahead of you. They have made the mistakes and they have, what it takes to now advise you not to make such mistakes. So I will advise get investors that goes beyond just bringing their money on board, but people you can relate with every day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because of our time, let me come back to Bola. You made mention about investors.
I really wanted to respond to that question as well, but go ahead.
I understand because our time is quite fast spent. I'm so sorry. We have just a few minutes. So my question is, are you worried with the level of local participation of investors? I mean, investments coming from the local participation. Are you worried with the level we are now? Because most times it's about foreign investors that we have in the ecosystem.
So this is what I'll say. One of my mentors and investor, Idris Bello, he shares quite a lot of Think Capital. They backed Andela, Flutterwave, and some more unicorns to be announced soon. And so he posted stuff, and then one of his friends, who's an accomplished tax guy, tax manager in Nigeria, and I was asking that, hey, why don't you just give Alaji, I call him Alaji Cash or Alaji Spending. I said, why don't you give Alaji Spending some of, like even 5K? He now said, if it's not Idriso, money does not belong to him. If I give you 5,000, I'm going to, I don't want to make your business blow or not blow. I want my money back. So that's just to give you because always, like, for the most part, unless you're a sophisticated person and you're exposed to startups, a typical Nigeria, good luck explaining to them that they gave you $100,000 and maybe they came back to ask you 6 months, a year, and you're telling them that the money done lost or they can't find the money again or the business is like, good luck. So it's still still ways ahead. But then you see the news of Paystack and Flutterwave, and then everybody wants to, like, oh, how can we get in? If you want to get in, know that you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. So you have to. Thank you so much.
I want to stop you there.
You have to be open.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the top line. Just as a way of running off, just in 30 seconds, just give us your final thoughts on this topic. Raising funds to grow the ecosystem. Just in 30 seconds. The time is
do I go first?
Yes, go, please.
All right, so build networks, because traditionally it may be difficult for you to raise quickly. Build networks. You can raise money from a WhatsApp group. Larry can testify to it, and I can testify to it. And then everybody around here supports startups, because we are the ones solving a lot of problems that most people won't touch. And so support startups, build a network. You never know where your next fund will come from. It could come from Twitter. I've done it before. It come from Facebook. That's happened before. It come from LinkedIn. That's happened before. Build networks, continue to talk. Also seek other entrepreneurs. They're actually the best kind of investors because they understand. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, John, please, can you go ahead and just your thoughts in 30 seconds?
Yeah, so my advice to entrepreneurs is going to be, we need to actually build goodwill, all right? Goodwill from the place of people trust you with little things, all right? I've run my business based on that mostly, and I've raised funds from angel investors because while the business was small, people trusted me with funding, and they got their money back at some point. So when the business also started expanding and we were scaling with the business, I could also run back to those guys, which can also, which now started giving us larger funding. So Goodwill is very key. People need to trust you with their money, even when it is small, so that they can trust you with larger funds later in the future.
Thank you so much. Larry, please, your final word, please.
So I'll try to add what Johnny and Bola said together, right? And I'm going to talk to entrepreneurs that listen to us. Now, if you collect ₦1 from a local investor and you're not accountable to it, and you cut off communication, the ripple effect that other entrepreneurs will not have access to that ₦1, right? And that same investor will find it difficult to trust local business owners again, right? So the way you treat one investor has a direct ripple effect on other people that have genuine businesses to grow, right? So if you're not really in the business for something serious, just go and collect a job in Sterling Bank or Gabola. Gabola is hiring. I mean, just go and do that. That's all I'll say.
With us, we don't want those kind of people because we want people that want to add value.
Exactly, that are really serious, yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I so much appreciate you, and I thank you for this great session. For the entrepreneur out there, get your hands dirty by doing what you are supposed to do, getting the innovation. And when you get it, make sure that you get yourself entrusted or get engaged with the platforms that can train you and give you that boost you need. Then the investors will come calling by the time you get the things done rightly. Thank you so much, Lanre, for this great opportunity. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Bola, for speaking to us. And I believe that someone out there has picked something. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
We change the rules. A new app that you can use. Your life then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank. That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience.
Still commercials. You're still running commercials. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Please, can you hear me? If you can hear me, I'd like to hear from you, please. Was that session powerful or was it powerful? I mean, it was, right? I'd like to hear from you. Please say something. Okay, so some of us have been sending our chats. Okay, so I'd like to take 1 or 2 chats feedback from you. And please don't forget to send your questions to the Q&A section, okay? Our panelists will, or we will attend to the questions. We'd like to hear from you with your, we'd like to hear your questions and your concerns and everything that wasn't probably talked about in the interview. Okay, all right. I don't think I can find any comments here. All right, let's just quickly delve right into the next activity on our program. Okay, so I just want to say 1 or 2 things quickly from the interview session. I mean, one of the things that stood out to me as the panelists were discussing was that to, you know, before you begin to call out to investors to come invest into your business, you know, you should do your homework very well. You should be well educated in whatever field that you are, you know, called into. You should be well educated and have goodwill. Let your integrity be something that can speak for you. I mean, goodwill is just something that you cannot even downplay, okay? So for everyone, okay, good. So for everyone who's looking to having investors come invest into their businesses, I'm sure you've learned 1 or 2 things from what the experts have had to say. Okay, so moving on, I want to quickly apologize because we're really overshooting our time right now. So we would like to quickly take the next activity on our agenda, and we are moving to the next talk. Next talk is the Nigeria Innovation Experience Talks. This is where, you know, the aspects where we have the experiences of those who have made innovative inventions and come share their experiences with us, you know, in building the ecosystem of our country, Nigeria. And we'll be having the first presentation by Ifeanyi Osai. Ifeanyi Osai is the founder and CEO of Crib MD. Now, Crib MD is about telemedicine. They are about home health care services. They provide home health care services. And Mr. Ifeanyi Osai is going to be talking to us about leveraging innovation to transform Nigeria's healthcare system. If you are ready, please welcome with me Ifeanyi Osai. Ifeanyi, over to you.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me today, organizers of the Nigerian Innovation Summit, and my esteemed peers for joining us today. So she rightly introduced the topic we'll be discussing today. Can you all hear me, by the way? Perfect. All right, so I will take a quick second to share my screen. So as we were introduced, we are Kribamdi. What we do in Nigeria is a doctor home visit and telemedicine. So none of us is a stranger to the Nigerian healthcare environment, and so from government doctors that are perpetually on strike to mismanaged hospital systems, counterfeit medications, and all these problems. So how do we really solve that? Is through employing technology from telemedicine to robotics to EMR and other technologies. This is the way we can, beat the system and be able to find an innovative approach to solving most of the problems we have in the country. Because with technology and with entrepreneurship, we do not need to depend on the government or on people striking to access healthcare. So I will take a minute, to present to you quickly what we have done in Kribamdi as a result of our work in thinking that employing technology and innovation and entrepreneurship is the path forward for Nigeria.
Excuse me, we will be boarding the flight this morning.
All right, so like I said, we're Kribamdi. What we do is affordable subscription-based, telemedicine and doctor home visit on demand in Nigeria, where primary care is in short supply. Right now we are doing 120K plus in MRR. Our weekly growth rate is 15% week over week. We are doing over 4K subscribers right now. We have raised nearly $3 million in funding. And as some of you know, getting healthcare in Nigeria is a very big problem, from just basic primary care to getting authentic medications. My aunt died in one of these lines trying to get medical care. And the government didn't do anything. This is why I think entrepreneurship and technology innovation is the way forward towards solving most of the issues we face in Nigeria. So Kribamdi simply works, through technology. Simply push a button on your phone, and the doctor will see you through telemedicine or at the comfort and safety of your home. So instead of you going up and queuing in a clinic or a hospital, your home becomes the hospital, right? Or we can see you through the phone. So technology now decentralizes everything. So you no longer need those facilities, and combining technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship solves a lot of the problem in society, right? So this is how much people love using the product, the virality of it, how we charge. We have both corporate and individual customers that use our platform. And this is our, co-founding team. Our co-founder and president is Lorna Johnson. She was formally appointed by President Obama, and she currently serves in Joe Biden's finance committee. Myself, I'm a Pittsburgh alum, and Mike worked with Andela, which just became a unicorn, right, prior to joining Kribamdi. So that is us, briefly speaking. So I will take a minute to answer any questions that may be had. And, so we are really passionate and excited about entrepreneurship and the effect it could have on the Nigerian economy and how we can build together. In the last talk, people were talking about connecting with investors and things like that, and how we could, together build the ecosystem. So we are available to connect, promising entrepreneurs with our investors in the United States, or investors in Sweden, or even some of our investors in Africa, right? So we are looking forward to contributing to the growth of innovation and entrepreneurship in Nigeria. We think this is the path forward for the country, and we are excited to be also part of that journey with everybody. So thank you, guys.
And power banks are not allowed.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thank you. Okay, and that was really impressive. I mean, how good is that? Now you have, the medical practitioners come to your home, not necessarily you having to go all the way looking for them. I mean, how innovative can that be? So if you do have your questions, please forward them to the Q&A session for Ifeanyi Osai, and he'll be right here to attend to any questions that you may have. Okay, thank you so much, Ifeanyi. That was really insightful and, of course, very heartwarming to know now that we do not need to run helter-skelter looking all over. We can have it just right in the comfort of our homes. Thank you, Ifeanyi.
Absolute pleasure. You guys can connect with me on LinkedIn. Sorry, I'm at the airport today, so it's a bit noisy. I apologize for that. But you can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I am happy to connect you with a few of our investors or any resources that will be useful to you in the US or in Sweden.
Fantastic. Can you please leave your contact in the comments so that anyone can find it, you know, either your email or any means of reaching out to you, okay? So while you do that, we're just going to take the next presentation. Okay, thank you, Ifeanyi, once again. So the next is a presentation by Olivia Onyemobi. Olivia Onyemobi is the CEO of Paddock Creations. Now, Paddock Creations are into the production of usable and washable and usable pads to help ladies and women have sustainable solution. You know, I mean, women in the house will understand this very well. So right now, everyone, welcome with me, Olivia Onyemobi, to come talk on innovating consumer products for maximum value and return on investments. Let's all welcome warmly Olivia. Olivia, please, you have the floor.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm excited being here, and thank you for being here, and thank you to the organizers of this program. My name is Olivia Onyemobi. I'm the founder and CEO of Paddock Creations Limited. We are a social company that produces washable and reusable sanitary pads, a sustainable solution for girls and women. In 2016, we found that a lot of girls do not have access to sanitary pads, and they use a lot of unhygienic materials to care for their period, exposing themselves to infections. And sometimes most of them also miss or drop out of school because they fear that they may be bullied at school. So we started Paddock menstrual kits to create a sustainable solution for the girls. So today I'll be talking to you about innovating consumer products for maximum value and return on investment. So every day people talk about product innovation, whether they refer to their smartphones, the top performing cars, or the latest app. So product innovation entails developing and improving products to solve problems for consumers, customers, companies, or society at large. As an entrepreneur, you need to understand how innovation helps your business. Innovation creates a competitive advantage for you, whether we talk about new products or improved ones. Successful companies have always found a way to leverage innovation and gain competitive advantage ahead of their peers in three ways. Number one is that they develop new products that answers customers' needs. Number two, they continuously improve on their products. And number three, they keep taking existing products to new channels or new markets. The second way innovation can help your business as an entrepreneur is that innovation encourages resilience. Product innovation is the chance to bounce back. If you create the right circumstances and strategies around this decision, product innovation can help you to pivot. I want you to consider Nokia. When Apple took the world by storm with their smartphones, Nokia was struggling to catch up. They were close to bankruptcy. However, Nokia phones have not died. They returned to the market in 2016 through innovation. So on the third way that innovation can help you as an entrepreneur is that it drives your growth. So product innovation allows companies to grow, turn higher profits, and conquer new markets. When the market is oversaturated and companies don't find their way out, they could turn to product innovation. So as an entrepreneur, how do you innovate? The first thing is that you need to collaborate. Your ability to manage and unite your teams towards our specific goal is essential for any type of innovation. Making innovation happen requires more than just one person's brain. You alone cannot just wake up and say, yeah, we need to create this new product for the customer. So you need to collaborate with your team. The second thing you need to do is that you need to set up structure that allows every of your staff to innovate. Recently, we are developing a new product for one of the multinationals. And then I found out that one of our staff in business development is very creative. We had to move him to product development so he can, join us in innovating new products for these customers. And then the other way that you need to do this is that you need to look at your strategy and your planning. You need to conduct a thorough analysis of your market. Before getting to drawing board, you need to do your research. What's the demographics like? What needs is your product answering? What differentiates your product from the competitors? You also need to look at your low friction. For products to be adapted at a large scale, they need to have straightforward, easy to understand and to use system. So if you're creating a product, if you're innovating, you must make sure that it has low friction. People don't need to struggle to learn how to use your product. And then the last thing I want to talk about is your product portfolio integration. Deciding on the next product or improvement should always be consistent with the goal and the strategy of your company. You will have to contribute, you will have it contribute to balance up with your product portfolio. What you're creating, does it align with what your object clause as a business is dealing with? So I'll wrap it up by saying that you should remember that investing in product innovation allows you to gain advantage and growth in a very competitive market. For you to have an in-depth knowledge on what we do at Paddock Creations Limited, you can send me an email at ceo@paddockcreations.com, or you can also check out our website at www.paddockcreations.com. I'll be excited to share more about what we do for girls and women. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That was very straight to the point and insightful. Thank you so much, Olivia. I mean, I really had to learn so much from what you just said. Thank you. Please, like you rightly said, you can connect with her. Olivia, please kindly leave your contact details in the chat box below so that those who couldn't hear what you said clearly can connect with you through your email and also visit your website. Is that okay? Olivia? Okay, I want to believe that that's well taken. Okay, so
yes, I'll do that now.
Fantastic, thank you. All right, so we are actually gonna take the next. Fantastic, good. Okay, so the next presentation will be taken right now is from Ola Adio. Okay, so Ola Adio is the CEO and co-founder of Intrastat Limited. Now, Intrastat is basically about creating internal structuring for corporate entities. Ola Adio is going to do justice on talking about improving corporate performance through open innovation. I'm sure you're all eager to hear what Ola Adio has to say to us this afternoon. Ola Adio, if you're here, kindly take over from here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very clearly.
Okay, thank you. I'll just share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. It's a real pleasure to be here to contribute to what has been a very thought-provoking and interesting summit. So as is being said, I'm going to talk about improving corporate performance through open innovation. So why is innovation so important? Why is it that we're here talking about how to improve and leverage innovation? From our research, we have a statistics that drives up this message. Only 20% of Fortune 500 companies from the year 2000 still earn that distinction today. And of all the companies you've seen on this slide, only Xerox has managed to come back from the brink of innovation losses. And Nokia is still trying to do the same, as you heard in the previous presentation. So what's open innovation? According to Chesbrough, who is the father of open innovation is to use powerful inflows and outflows of knowledge to drive innovation internally, while still also expanding the market for the external use of innovation. And what does that allow organizations to do in terms of in general and towards their bottom line? First and foremost, it allows an improved response to discontinuity and paradigm shift in the market. We see paradigm shift in every sector very frequently. A typical example is the mobile phone market, which not very long ago was dominated by a basic mobile phone like the Nokia 3310. But in a very relatively short space of time, we saw how that market transitioned to smartphones, a market now that Nokia is trying to sort of gain inroads to and develop a significant stake in. And also you can reduce this cost of innovation by practicing open innovation. That typically comes from improved R&D outcomes or by just sharing the cost of innovation with an innovating partner. And that ultimately translates into reduction of risk as well. We also see evidence that supports the fact that industry and innovation leaders typically source approximately 44% of their ideas from external sources. So that goes to show again that practitioners of open innovation are typically better performing organizations. So what can organizations do in terms of adopting open innovation? There's the first approach, which is the inbound model. Now, this is where an organization relies on inputs from both internal and external sources to drive inspiration in product or service development, or perhaps a business model innovation. And so that can be from customers or supply chain partners, or maybe research institution. At the other end of the spectrum, you can take what we call an outbound model. So this is where the organization ideates internally and come up with the idea for a product or service to be developed, and then take that out to seek external partners to collaborate with. And that might be to get the right IP or technology required, or the necessary capabilities and competencies to drive the commercialization and realize the value capture of the said idea. Now, for organizations that needs to practice, that wants to practice open innovation, what needs to be done at the practice level to make this work? First and foremost, you need to have the right mindset. So there needs to be a culture and mindset shift where that is necessary. Because if your organization has a not invented here mentality, whereby ideas that are generated internally are not seen as valuable compared to those that come from outside, then this can be a serious major blocker for open innovation. And then you need to have the right tools and system. I cannot emphasize this enough, because in this age of digitalization, it doesn't cut it anymore to try and collaborate with external partners using emails or spreadsheets. That would just lead to subpar performance and ultimately subpar results. And then there needs to be a knowledge management process, and this is typically in the area of IP. You need to be careful how you transmit knowledge, how you use knowledge that you receive from external partners. So this is very important to avoid IP litigation issues further down the line within the process, and to avoid any sort of negative reputation on the organization. And finally, in terms of leveraging the technology to support open innovation and innovation in general, at Instrat, we've developed what we call an innovation idea and portfolio management platform. What this allows you to do is it allows you to crowdsource idea internally as well as externally. So, and you can then ideate within the organization and from outside the organization. You can set ideation challenges whereby you get solutions to strategic or operational challenges. This is something that Netflix did brilliantly when they used the crowdsourcing of external ideas to source algorithms that can improve their DVD recommendation by 10%. This type of platform also helps you to evaluate ideas on a level playing field, so every idea gets equal traction, and that allows the best idea to surface to the fore. And also you can build risk value matrices, which allows you to see the risk value profile of every idea. And that gives you the information you need to know where to allocate resources, which are the best ideas to develop. So, I mean, this platform has a lot more features that I can't cover in the time allowed. So if anybody is interested in finding out more, I'm happy to have a one-on-one discussion in terms of consideration and adoption of this platform. And at that point, I'll finish the session and hand over back to the moderator. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Oladio. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that was yet another insightful time again. Thank you. Okay, so like you've rightly heard, you can set forward your questions to the Q&A. if you have any for those who've presented so far. Okay, and so right about now, we are going to go on a short break, and when we do return, we'll be having Bruno. Bruno, come on, right, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Ola. So please do not forget to leave your contact in the comments, in the chat box below, okay? Good. So what, are we on a break already? Good.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back from that short break. So right about now, we're going to have Bruno Warren come up. The Nigerian research leveraging, he's going to talk on the Nigerian researchers leveraging global opportunities via ISPIM. So that's the International Society of Professional Innovation Management. Bruno is the head research and innovation PMU. Bruno, we are glad to have you. You're welcome. Please, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thanks very much for the introduction. I hope you can, I share my screen okay, and you can actually see the screen. I'm not sure if it's full. Is it full?
Yes, it is full now.
Ah, perfect, great. Well, I'm very happy to be here. Actually, I think it's now the fourth time that I'm participating, 2 times on site and now second time around virtually. I'm very happy to once again see how the cooperation with the ISPIM Innovation Management Conference Series and network of professionals can foster the research collaboration with Nigerian colleagues. So I will give you just a brief intro of what this is all about. And I'm very happy to answer questions in the chat or to also, leave you my contact details. And please feel free to be in touch to see how we can work closer together and to bring the research community together as such. For you that have never heard of the term ISPIM and what it stands for, it's really trying to create the connections between people and organizations in a local innovation community with people and organizations from around the world that otherwise would not have the opportunity to actually connect and to work together, to collaborate and exchange ideas, knowledge, training, and learning opportunities. ISPIM itself, as you can see, it stands for the International Society for Professional Innovation Management. It's really just an association, so to say, a vehicle with a diverse network of members that foster the research, industry, and consulting part in the public sector with a shared passion for innovation management. And luckily, I had a really great introduction from the previous speaker mentioning open innovation, and of course, having a lot of the topics as mentioned of health sciences and startups and funding issues that are all part of this kind of talkative community that get together in various forms, which I will briefly show you now in the coming slides. So feel free to also comment and pose questions. As you can see, it was formed in 1983, so it's close to 40 years of happening. It started with technology management, now has moved on to innovation management, and all the business model innovation cases and open innovation are topics as such, of course. The membership or the members as such are about 3,000 plus and counting out of about 100 countries, and is a wide array of, as mentioned before, academia, the innovation teaching faculty, business and industry collaborators, consulting, technology services, and of course the public sector. So in this sense, it's really the community effect that happens. And this also showcases in the 12 special interest groups, the so-called 6, which you can easily identify on our platform on the website. So it's very easily to be found. Find your skills, find your areas, and also see what is really something that is most closest to your own areas in the innovation process as such. And to be a bit more concrete, in the following few minutes, I would just like to showcase what it means to be connected and how to connect, to share the practical experience and to showcase applied research insights from real-world problems, wicked problem definitions, how to tackle common problems that can be jointly solved across industry or even across boundaries or cross sectorial, and to create those professional relationships across the different sectors of academia, industry, intermediaries, and the public sector, the third mission, so to say. So really to bring that together. How does that work? Well, on the one hand, of course, there's journal publications. So in the showcase of participating with your papers or with your research showcase during the conferences or somewhere, the follow-up of this will be journal publications, much more lively and live and continuous is the innovation blogs, the various webinars that are presented, podcasts that are there, videos from presentations, from workshops and so forth that you can find on our member site. And it's very easy to become a member. Just fill out the form and it's done. That's about it to have that. Our main and longest standing feature is definitely the conference series, which happen as you can see, this year in December, live in Valencia in Spain. Next year to be held in Copenhagen in mid-June, and then end of the year in December, possibly Osaka in Japan, just to get the different innovation communities also on spot together. So this is really something we've tried to continue also over the past 2 years with virtual conferences that were held just to keep the innovation community live. Now, maybe 2 snippets of what I mean with real challenges that are being addressed. This would be showcasing, how do you engage within the conference when you're there to start discussing on and developing solutions to specific challenges on spot where the conferences, for example, are, which then continues hybrid or online and offline with the special interest groups and with the discussion and master classes and so forth. So you have a diverse group of innovation professionals that actually are participating, and the processes of learning and sharing and iterations of it actually offer a whole range of solutions then that can be showcased and taken forward and used as such. One of those, I think, very hands-on, cost-effective healthcare. I think we just heard of a solution provider that presented how they are going about it. So a timely coincidence on that, which was taken forward by the Karolinska Institute then after the session. We had 3 areas of discussion from Fukuoka with an aging population, with a transition of production and use of energy, and then how to build a successful startup ecosystem, also very timely of the discussions of today and yesterday here in this forum. That was just a small glimpse. I'm very much inviting all of you to come in, partake, innovate, and I'm really, really looking forward to, hopefully being on spot again in Nigeria, but also to foster any kind of channeling of information or collaborations you would like to see. And as I said, happy to have questions or even requests and so forth. So I'll post my contact details in the chat and we'll be happy to follow through. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bruno. Thank you. That was good. That was really good. Really, thank you so much. Please make sure to forward your questions. Okay, so Mr. Bruno and all the other panelists are on standby to get your questions. I mean, he just talked about the ISPM, so you might want to ask further questions, probably things that he wasn't able to cover in his presentation. You might want to find those out from him. Okay, so Mr. Bruno, please kindly leave your contact details in the chat box.
Typing as you speak. I just put into the host, so I need to retype this. So here we go. That's better.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for coming on the summit this year. Thank you, sir. Okay, I mean, I do not need to ask if you're having a great time. Of course, I've been seeing some of the feedback saying that this has been instructive so far. Of course, that's the idea, for you to leave here feeling really pumped, and wanting to just, just go back to your drawing board and coming out with something really tangible from everything that I've been learning so far from day one up until now. I'm sure, a lot has been going on in your mind, okay? So right about now, we're gonna call up our program director in person of Mr. Tony Edra to take on the next item on our agenda. Please welcome with me, everyone, as Mr. Tony Edra comes up. All right, as he comes up to do the awards, and this he will do after the commercial break. We'll be right back.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Right. We can go on to play the commercials. I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who has been with us since yesterday. I'm very much sure that we must have learned a great deal of things through various sessions. And for those who missed out yesterday, you can check out our YouTube page, Open Innovation Nigeria, and also Facebook page, Open Innovation Nigeria too, to a replay of the session yesterday and those of today too. It's been a very interesting moment and times. I want to first appreciate all our partners and sponsors for this year's summit, NIDA, NCC, Plenty, did I say Plenty Worker? Yeah, Identity Pass, and the Next Technology Hub. You guys are very amazing. And Professor Tony Bailetti, he has been very much supportive. We appreciate all of that. And all the distinguished speakers all over the world that has participated in this year's summit with insightful thoughts that will drive us on. So let's keep this conversation open, and let's also use this opportunity to network beyond our environment, just like we are told. If all the connection that we can build are just within our local countries, we don't give room for international recognition. So if we really want to go global, one of the things this platform provides is for us to connect to as much people as we can, so that we can build a robust ecosystem that will be mutually beneficial to everyone. Thank you once again for staying. Now, one of the highlights of the summit is the Nigerian Innovation Awards. So we have some of the finalists of this year's awards in 2021 Nigerian Innovation Awards. So it borders on fintech and green technologies too. So I will be inviting Grace Akioshu to come and announce the winners of this year's Nigerian Innovation Award. And the award proper will be happening on October 16, and it's going to be a physical award. So, and it's actually going to be strictly on invitation because of the COVID protocols, where all these awardees will receive the award physical. And for some of us who may not be able to connect, we'll find a way to stream it so that we will see what is actually going down in the innovation spaces and those who are making it to happen in that space. So while Grace is getting ready, once again, I want to thank all who have really supported us in every way in this year's summit. And I believe that we have, in one way or the other, added value to us. And we look forward to much more better and greater times going forward from this space. Thank you very much. We'll just take a short break, and Grace will come and announce the winners, and then we'll wrap it up for this summit. Thanks.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop to cut and to count on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Okay, can you hear me now, please? I'm getting an echo in my background. Can you still hear me? Okay, cool. Thank you very much, Peter Zawalabi. Is the background still noisy, please? Is it better now? Is it better? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Once again, I really want to appreciate everyone for sticking around with us for this year's summit. It's been a very interesting session since yesterday. We've had a lot of amazing speakers. And without much ado, I'm going to go straight to our announcing of our awardees for this year's summit. So the NIS Annual Awards, it's a way to actually identify and appreciate those that are really innovating in the Nigerian innovation landscape and solving key problems and making impact along the way. So we have some interesting companies this year, and as Tony just mentioned, I think next week we're going to be having a physical award session, and we're going to be presenting it to them at that event. But just to get you intimated with them, we just go straight. So we have categories of fintech, we have categories of edtech, we have startup in mobility, we have in energy, and then we have in finance. So I'll just go straight to them. And if you know one of the startups, as I mentioned them, you could just maybe show a clap emoji to support. Whatever it is you can do, just do it, or give them a shout out, or tag them on social media, and let's get this going. All right, so let's go. First on our list is fintech, and on that fintech category we have Kuda Bank and we have Chaka. Yeah. Okay, so I'm really excited about these companies because they've done a lot in the past couple of months, especially innovating digital banking. That's Kuda Bank. And for Chaka has really helped to innovate how investment is done, especially enabling Nigerians to actually buy foreign stock, invest in foreign stock. So that's really amazing. And we'll be giving them awards during our NIS award night. So again, Kuda Bank, Chaka, kudos, keep up the good work. Then moving on to EdTech, we have Utiva. Utiva has done a lot in the past couple of years, actually, in ensuring that education is available through digital means. So if you go to utiva.io, I believe that's their website, you'll see them innovating education through online learning. So kudos to the team at Utiva, keep up the good work. We want to see lots more about what you do, and we hope to see you at our award nights, definitely, to come pick up your award. Then moving on to mobility/ride sharing, we have Tribs, also known as, or used to be known as Plenty Waka. If you were in a startup about fundraising, we had one of the co-founders of Tribs, that's Johnny, and Johnny did justice. Johnny did justice. All right, so that's a play of words. So Johnny did justice to his session alongside other amazing speakers like Larry and Bola Lawal. So Johnny, congratulations on what you guys are doing at Tribs. We look forward to seeing more of that. You're innovating ride sharing, bus hailing in Nigeria. It's really amazing. We'll be sending you an invite with some details and location for the award night. So stay tuned and keep it up. I don't know if this was a physical event, this is where you really need to get some music, but then I'll just move ahead. So we have in ELF, and under ELF, we have Help Mom, is in Help and Mom. So Help Mom is innovating around maternal health. Okay. If you are very familiar with the statistics, you know that there's a lot about maternal deaths, especially in Africa, because there's a lot of developmental challenges when it comes to the health industry in Africa. But in recent times, we've seen industries like HelpMom step up the game to try to ensure that healthcare is democratized and maternal deaths, especially during childbirth, are limited as much as possible. So HelpMom is doing really amazing, and they'll be getting an award during our Nigeria Innovation Award night. And then we have in energy, we have Greenage Technologies in energy. So you can look them up. Greenage is spelled GREENAGE technology. So they are innovating in energy. They manufacture smart solar inverters in Nigeria. So that's really amazing, because in the recent times we've been proponents of buy Nigeria, buy made in Nigeria goods, buy made in Nigeria innovative items, and seeing entrepreneurs like this step up to take charge in that dimension, it tells that a lot of things are going on here in the ecosystem. So kudos to the team at Greenage. We look forward to seeing them at our award night. And then I guess I've covered. Oh no, I haven't. So we have 2 more to go, and these are really amazing companies. And this, in fact, more importantly, is that they are partners for this year's summit. So one of them is the Next Innovation Hub. I know we're all familiar with the Silicon Valley and what goes on, in the Silicon Valley. And then in recent times, when technology was springing up, when we started hearing of startups with the likes of City Hub and Andela just coming up in Nigeria, and we had a lot of companies centered around Yaba in Lagos. So, in fact, the activities, because of the activities, a name was coined for that particular district. It was called Yabacon Valley. It's very funny, but then it's interesting because it sort of brings a spice to what is going on around that cluster. It was like the early spot for innovators and founders and investors, inventors, and so on in the ecosystem. All right, so the Nest is actually situated in the heart of Yaba, and that's why it's really interesting, because it is going to become a center that attracts a lot of founders and foreign interest, stakeholders. You see people gathering around, and the Nest has been able to provide support in terms of building talent, financing innovation, funding, and ensuring that we have more technical talents in the ecosystem. It even has other programs to encourage women to take part in the digital innovation that we're experiencing right now in Nigeria. So congratulations to the team at the Nest. Kudos to you, and we are also happy to have you as our partner for this year's summit. We hope to keep up, and we hope that you keep up the good work that you're doing on your end. And then last but not least, we're going into commercial banks, and one innovative bank that has really stood out this year for us in terms of their consumer banking, retail banking, digital solutions is none other than Sterling Bank. Oh yeah, Sterling Bank has been very amazing and supportive in terms of digital solutions. There is the One Bank, there is the Pay with Spectre, and there are lots more solutions from the Innovative Bank, which is what has placed the bank on our A list when it comes to those innovating the financial scene or financial industry in Nigeria. And that's amazing. We are also happy to have them as one of our partners for this year's summit. All right. So taking it from the top, we have Kuda Bank, we have Chaka, we have Utiva, we have HelpMom, we have Trips, formerly Plenty Waka, we have Greenage Technologies, we have the Next Innovation Hub, and then we have Greenage Technologies. These companies will be getting award during our What Might holding very soon. And yeah, if you get an invite, please show up. And if you don't get an invite, just stay tuned to all of our social media handles: Open Innovation on LinkedIn and Facebook, NG Innovations on Twitter, and Open Innovation NG on Instagram. We would be right there. And you can also send us emails, inquiries at info@innovationsummit.ng. And till next year, I guess. Thank you so much for this. Thanks for sticking around, and keep being innovative. Thank you.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspectre.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
I don't understand. The fingerprint scanner that they bought hundreds of thousands, that is spent millions of dollars just from last year. And no, would they not be used for anything? Just bought it last year.
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you.
So that we can,
One
I think
for
this
me.
is very critical.
Chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the call and to count on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
The URL you say you want to share, please share it with the frequency ask questions in line with what you have just presented. That's number one. Then number two, you can also please share the presentation that you just did right now. And I don't know if, based on the data I see, again,
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspector.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
So that this we can actually consider
Let me introduce a new wave, we change the rules. A new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you. One bank for me. Chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the call and the count on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
Because usually I know all this time meetings. So the federal government, in this case, represented by NIMSI and NCC, and all other stakeholders on the government side, means for the private sector, as represented by the various FEDs, MMO, private sector side, also is when we mean when everybody comes together, it is very easy things to actually be very successful at the end of the day. If you put something that is very direct and prescriptive and so that you feel that you're getting the wrong end of the stick, you will not get as much success as you want. And from our experience, we have problems in terms of some issues that providers may be actually be able to resolve that issue. But because they know that they are getting the wrong end of the stick, they will let that issue actually fester and become a major issue to the whole program. And at the end of the day, it defeats the whole purpose even to everybody to say, no, please, okay, let's migrate from this and use something else to solve this problem. You find out that problems that ordinarily shouldn't take much time to resolve. That is not any deliberate discourse by anybody. It will take a long time because some people feel they are getting the wrong. There's some people feel they are getting the wrong end of the stick. So really, that's why we believe that we should actually get. That's why we believe that we will actually get quite a bit of traction and huge success if everybody is actually on board. At least we've started very well. by having this pricing that NIMSIA has actually proposed. Of course, like you said,
let me introduce a new way we change the rules, a new app that you can use. Wanna change your life and you save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.
So that they can swallow it. They're not trying to swallow a ball of it, but at 2 hands. They are swallowing a ball of it, that they can swallow easily. So that they can eat easily.
That 5 minutes madness only you can understand. Visit myspector.com to get your Spectre experience. Spectre, loans in 5 minutes.
Let me introduce a new way we change the rules, a new app that you can use. Wanna change your life, then choose. Save money and invest. Pay bills when you decide. Safe and secure for you when you need a loan. Request it. One bank for you, one bank for me. So chill and enjoy the ride. Stop the current account on it. One bank.
One Bank by Sterling. Open a current account and start transacting.